Who else has type 2 diabetes here? Yay! What can you do that will really improve the life quality you have? Let me tell you one thing. I don't know for how long I've had type 2 diabetes, but I found out 20 years ago. And the way I found out, I think, is unique, because I was on a trade show. And the trade show was actually quite boring. And they had this booth when they were testing people's blood, right? And I said, why not? And I did it. The girl did it. And then she went, oh, just a second. I think this machine is broken. And then she came with another one, and we did it again. And she said, I think you need to look for a doctor. Funny thing is, at that point in time, I had no money. So I actually found a study that could take me in and, take the medicine that I needed. Well, guess what? One day I was talking to the nurse, and I had no idea about diabetes. I knew it as a disease, but I didn't know. Nobody in my family has diabetes, never had any contacts with people with diabetes, so I knew very little. And I was asking him a couple of questions, and he said, so what's the best thing that happened? I don't have anybody in my family. Why do I have diabetes? And he said, you need to educate yourself about food. And I have to tell you that in 20 years, this has been the best advice I ever got. I went home and I started watching documentaries on Netflix, right? And I started to understand the process of food in the sense of where it comes from, what is added to the food, what is processed food. I really didn't have any idea. I never gave a second thought about it, about processed food. And then I started doing this, start to combine better, understand what food is, where it comes from, what I should avoid, and that made a huge difference. Yes, I take some medicine, but it's been 20 years, I'm still here, and I think I'm doing quite well. So this is it's not an advice, but my 2 cents about what I think we all have to do. And it's not just people with diabetes. I've met many people in my life during these years that they don't understand anything about food, to the point that sometimes you are in the supermarket and the person gets a cabbage, and the cashier, and they ask you what it is. We are disconnected from real food. And so that's my 2 cents. Educate yourself about food and start seeing food from a different perspective.